So if people are misaligned, how do we solve the fundamental misalignment? So here comes the rise of so-called family offices. Maybe if you cannot trust someone else to manage it for you, you should do it yourself. Singapore passed the Variable Capital Company Act, which took effect in early 2020, just in time for COVID, where this entity protects consumer interests. It gives tax advantage. You have confidentiality, but there's some obligation. So when you set up a fund structure in Singapore to foster local investment management industry and other service providers. So you have to spend some money here. The idea of this type of entity is actually for you to park money, and the government will ask minimal questions on what you're doing with the money. They're subject to some compliance requirements, which everyone is subject to. But beyond that, you don't have to disclose as much as if you're investing in a standard corporation. There's been now more integration of technology to improve compliance and reporting, as well as to improve portfolio management and investment advice. Again, the idea here being, hey, there's a fundamental misalignment in the sector. Let's bring everything in-house and do it ourselves, so at least we know what's going on. So this has been the trend, definitely in Asia, but also more globally as well. The services provided by family offices are effectively innumerable. I list here a bunch of things in small bullet points. That list is probably incomplete. The main takeaway is this: the family office is designed to be the one-stop shop where everything is taken care of in terms of planning, cash flow management, setting up legal structures, solving disputes within the family, going on family vacations. You have things like working with divorces. Unfortunately, divorce rates rising around the world. Tax planning, pay your bills, pay your gardener. All of this stuff can be housed under the family offices. If you think about it, if you just go through these different services and you say, yeah, those are useful, then it may be worth thinking about, should we then set up a structure to actually handle this? What does the family office need in terms of their technology stack? Unfortunately, also a fairly big stack. Okay? Not everyone can set up a family office. In Singapore, you really want about $5 to $10 million worth of wealth before it becomes, quote, quote, worth it to set something up on your own. You have asset management platforms, governance and communication platforms, especially if you think your family will become large and you think you have children, their children will come in and so on. There are deal flows. How do you make sure you actually have access to some of these financial instruments? Planning, forecasting, how much cash will you need? Is there an issue with your operating business? You have portfolio management, consolidated reporting. Because many people know there are conflicts of interest in private banks, many clients are also clients of other banks. And importantly, those banks don't talk to each other. Legally, they're not supposed to. So the burden is on you to then put everything together. We have risk management tools, data aggregation and integration, portfolio analytics, due diligence, right? When you want to enter into a new venture, make sure that everything is above water. There's been audits, right? You can see it. ESG and impact, a growing sector, especially in impact investing related to climate. The treasury, managing cash, back office accounting, as well as fund administration. So these are all things that a family office will require if they want to set something up. Definitely, the ecosystem in Asia has become much more streamlined. So now for some of these services, you might actually be able to get them at a fairly low cost with a fairly high quality of service.